Michele Donellan is our new Secretary of State for Digital Culture, Media and Sport, and I shall be writing to her later this evening, and I trust I will get a better response from her than I have from her erstwhile predecessor, Nadine Dorries. And I will be asking her the same questions that I've asked Nadine Dorries, and that is to look more closely at the opportunities to improve the security and the safety of reality TV, not in terms of providing psychiatry, but in terms of providing professional support to those people who are performing, and trying as hard as possible to cut the links between production and those performers as soon as production is over, to ensure that such performers are as independently supported as possible, in the same way as actors and presenters are independently supported. Now, one of the challenges of this is that the production companies are very resistant to this sort of support because at the moment reality TV is a cash cow, and reality TV has become the bedrock of the staple of modern television production. And, if television companies, I'm sure, were able to wallpaper television channels with reality TV shows back to back, then they would. I think these shows as they stand are potentially dangerous, not only for the people who are involved as performing, but also for the runners and the various people who are engaged on very, very short-term and aggressive contracts. And, moreover, for the viewer at home. The viewer at home should not be subjected to being entertained by something that is little more than a gladiatorial sport, that is enjoying the misery of the people who are on the telly. This is not the way a civilized nation should be behaving. Now, the fact that other nations are doing the same thing doesn't mean we should. We should be leading the way out of this mess. We can, we should, but we can't simply delegate this problem to Ofcom and pretend that Ofcom have powers which actually haven't been granted to them. I've been fobbed off with such rubbish over the last year, and I would hope that the new Secretary of State, the Right Honourable Michele Donellan, will actually have the courtesy to reply to me properly and to give me the time to talk about this properly, face to face. I am somebody who has experience of being on reality TV. I was on a show called The Circle. I've also, since then, because before I was on this show, I knew nothing about reality TV. I hadn't even watched Strictly Come Dancing. Now I've done my homework. You can find me talking about this on a number of podcasts, and I think there's a few articles about me, a few articles that I've written. And I am determined that we make this a safer environment for people to perform and a safer environment for television as a whole. This is a form of TV that, if we don't get right, will destroy the entire medium. And we need to give it the dignity that it can have. This is an opportunity for ordinary people to get involved in television, to make their mark, to enter that strange world that so many people enjoy. And production companies are not there to provide psychiatric support or indeed union support or the support of management or agencies. There are plenty of companies that are already set up to support all of that. And that's the job they should be doing. We shouldn't be inventing the wheel again. We should just be making sure that it's attached to the cart. So I will be contacting her, and I will also be contacting my own MP to encourage him also to promote this issue. In fact, I I wrote to him a few days ago saying that I would be doing this. And meanwhile, I salute Miss Donellan, and I note that, of course, she was the very short-lived Secretary of State for Education, so she is, of course, entitled to be called the Right Honourable, and she is a member of the Privy Council, and that was something that was effected in Balmoral Castle not that long ago, in fact. It's very important. It's very important that we take this subject seriously, and I will keep you as informed as I possibly can about the further progress of this unending sort of cycle of me bashing my head against a wall that doesn't seem to give and doesn't seem to respond. I do hope eventually the wall gives in, and because I don't intend to.